Hello, my name is Kristen Kaufman, and this is my video final. The topic I chose was Porter's five forces. Five forces are potential of new entrants, power of the buyers, threat of substitutes, power of the suppliers, and rivalry among existing competitors. I chose Porter's five forces because it is so valuable and applicable to the real world. As we all know, Porter's five forces analyzes these forces that illuminates an industry's fundamental attractiveness, expose the underlying drivers of industry profitability, and provides insight into how profitability will evolve in the future. Most of the classes I have taken have mentioned Porter's five forces. Although I was able to understand the forces and see how they affected the company, it was always hypothetical. For this past semester, I was part of the Advon group, and it was eye-opening to see the forces in action. It was much more meaningful to see it in real time instead of out of a book or case. Advon is a young company that is getting their feet off the ground and creating a safety device for the military. Advon is still in the development stage, but has utilized the five forces to assess their current position and potential position in the future. Part 2, why should professionals care? Professionals should care because the five forces are an assessment of the firm's strategic positioning. Utilizing the five forces can help companies that are just starting out or ones that are well established. By using the five forces, you are able to understand what's influencing profitability in your industry. This tool can help reassess a current problem. As time goes on, your biggest concern may not always stay your biggest concern. Currently, for Advon, the bargaining power of the buyer is ranked number 1 because the military has the ability to control prices and will take the lowest bidder. Where Advon is sitting right now, it means everything to get the military to accept the product. But looking at the future, the threat of new entrants could become the biggest threat to Advon. We had ranked the threat of new entrants as the least of our worries because Advon is the only company of its kind in the US. But who's to say that won't change? This is why it is important to understand the industry around you so you can handle situations as they appear. Part 3, recent developments. Back in 1979, Porter created the five forces, but he created this tool due to his dissatisfaction with the SWOT and Pastel. Then in the mid-1990s, some of Porter's colleagues helped devise the sixth force. The sixth force is called complementers. Complementers are companies that sell a product or service that are compatible with goods and services sold in the industry. These complementers can influence the competitive structure of the industry, but since then, there have been no significant changes to the forces model. Part 4. Identifying a legal, ethical, social, or international consideration. A social consideration that involves the five forces is the fact that I've never heard of the sixth force until this research. Why didn't we talk about the sixth force in class? I will have to ask my professors or see what they have to say. Another social consideration would be management of the company. Between management of the company, everyone has different reasons and justifications why different forces may be ranked higher than others. It may be difficult to come to a conclusion about the forces that should be ranked the highest, but there's always a compromise that can be met when it comes to ranking them. As you can see, Porter's five forces are key to starting and reevaluating any company. These forces can help a company avoid failure and get you out of a hole. Even though it's an older tool, it is still relevant and vital for successful companies. I'm excited to see Advon grow over the next few years and see how their version of the five forces is altered. Thanks for a great semester and have a good break. Here are my resources. The first one's from EBSCO, and I just typed it in to there, and this is where I got the information about Porter being dissatisfied with the SWOT and the Pastel, which is part of the recent developments. And the second one was a website about the complementers, and this is where I got the information about the sixth force. So it was interesting to see this because I had never heard of it. And the PowerPoint was from Dr. Kingston. He created this PowerPoint from one of Porter's HBS articles, and he presented it about a year ago, so it was good to go back and relearn the details. And of course, from the book. Thank you so much.